Hi everyone, and welcome to Cognify. So, in today's session, we'll be getting some angles. So, we are given a diagram. So, in this diagram, what we are given are that Q is 30 degrees. So, this angle here, and R2 is 110, and PR. So, PR is equal to RS. So, this part and this part is the same. So, when the two sides are the same, what does that mean? That the base angles, these angles here are the same. So, we have an isosceles triangle. Okay. So, let us go ahead and answer the questions that follow. Okay. So, now in question 5.1, right, we are required to find the angle P1. So, now if we go to our diagram here, okay, we can see here that P1 is here. Okay. So now we want to find that angle. So in order to find that angle, we'll need to find R1 first. Okay. So if you check here, we are given that R2 is 110 degrees, right? And we want to find R1. Why? Because when we find R1, we can sum all these angles within triangle PQR to find P1. So we're taking it one step at a time. So now let us find R1. Okay. So R1 plus R2 is equal to 190 degrees. But the reason is angles on a straight line. Okay. Angles on a straight line. So now R1 is equal to 180 degrees minus 110. So now R1 is equal to 70 degrees. So now, since we have this angle, right, we can then proceed to finding P1. So now in the next step, what you're going to do is you're going to take angle Q plus angle R1 plus angle P1. And then you sum them all to 180. The reason here you can say sum of angles of a triangle. Okay. So now P1 is equal to 180 degrees minus R1, which is 70. Okay. So now, what's the last one? Minus Q, which is 30 degrees. Okay, so the angle here will be 80 degrees. So this angle here is 80. So as you can see, we took a step-by-step approach, right? And within each step, we did a reasoning, okay, as to how we derived our solution. Now, let's go to 5.2. So now in 5.2, we want to find P2. Okay, so P2 is this one here. But how do we go about finding P2? You remember, we said that P2 is equal to S1. Why? Because we're given that PR and RS are the same, right? So the base angles are equal. So now since the base angles are equal, we can equate them, right? So now we can take R2 plus P2 plus S1 and then equate it to 180 degrees. So here we'll say the reasoning why we equating these two here, we can say that PR is equal to RS. Okay, so base angles are equals. So now we have that, right? So now in the next step here, we can basically replace S1 with P2. So we'll have R2 plus P2 plus P2, given that P2 is equal to S1. Okay. Now we'll have what? R2 plus 2P2 is equal to 180 degrees. Okay. And then now we want to find P2, right? So we'll have 2P2, then we transfer R2 to the other side. Okay. And R2, we know it is 110 degrees, right? So we'll have 2P2 is equal to 180 minus 110 degrees. Okay, so now this is equal to 70 degrees. So now what is P2? P2 is equal to 70 degrees divided by 2, which is 35. Okay, so now we can label that here. So this here is 35 degrees. Same applies with S1. And that is basically it. So we took a step-by-step approach. We annotated on our graph, on our diagram, to get a sense of what is it that's expected. Okay. And that is basically it. I hope you enjoyed the session. If you have, please leave a like, and till next time.